How would you like to make your first million? And today we have with us Meir Ezra, which is the founder of Guarantee Prosperity. I love that name. So, Meir, tell us, what are the 5 steps that you recommend entrepreneurs in order to make the first million?
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
Okay, the first thing, never shoot for perfection. Never. Start with something that you can deliver and start selling and then worry about the delivery. So number one, perfection is not important. Get something to work. Number two, never worry about the delivery. The delivery will work out. You first sell and then you worry about the delivery. Number three, whatever you do, be ethical. Don't surrender to invitations to become unethical. It will kill you, totally kill you. Number four, whatever happens, stay smiling because happiness is prerequisite for success. And number five, whatever you do, deliver more than you promise. Much more than you promise. If you do that, even if you are not Jewish, you'll make money.
That's amazing. So, okay, let's dig into this because they are very profound. I love your 5 steps, by the way, and they are very profound. And now let's go on the layer. For example, number 1 step that you share with us, avoid perfection. And this is something that stop and is a huge cause of struggles of entrepreneurs out there. They first-time founders, they don't know any better, and they fell in love with the product. They think that the better they make this product, it's gonna be so good that you go out and sell by itself. And even in your step, you said, don't worry about the product, worry about the delivery, go out, try to sell it, and after you can make it. Don't worry about that now, try to go out and sell it. But yet, Meir, 90% of the entrepreneurs take completely opposite path than what you share, and that's why 90% of the company fail in the first 2 years in order to get product market fit to grow to 0 to 1. Why do you think is the cause? Why 90% of the entrepreneurs think different than you do?
Because they think that they sell the product to themselves. They don't understand that they sell the product to the customer. So they think what they would want. And they know the product and they want much more and they invest in development and improvement. But the person in the street, the actual customer just want an improvement. They want an improvement. If you have a pain, you want to improve the pain. You don't want to be healthy day one. Day one, you just want to remove the pain. Then later on, we talk about becoming healthy. Later on, we talk about looking good. So if you understand that you are not your customer, you are not going to buy your product. You have too many of those things. This is not going to buy it. Once you understand it, you will do the missing step, which is do surveys and figure out what the client actually need and want and deliver only that, not what you want, because you are not your client. You understand that? You will see, you will progress much more than any feeling. And within this thing, you'll see that you start to give something to someone and they come up with all kind of nonsense. Oh, I want that and I want that. This is one person that wants it. And you go and you start to develop it because you think, oh, he's a customer, I need to do that. It's really not important.
And also,
if you know how to sell, you know how to sell, you can sell it and just make sure that it actually has some value, not all the value, just some value.
Like for example, my first business was in property. We managed to sell over 5 million. And I remember people said, do you like the room? Yeah, I like the room. I like the room. You know what? if you really like it, put the deposit down. If you, so when people can tell you about the product, no, I like it, blah blah. Well, are they really buying? Are they paying you money for? Because if they're paying you money for, they're serious about it. They're telling you the truth. Sometimes people say, "Wow, this is a nice product, blah blah," just to be nice with you. They so find you so in love with the product that people are gonna be nice, and entrepreneur have that compassion. Wow, my product is amazing, and of course, friends, family, everybody around there is gonna tell them that the product is amazing. They're not gonna tell otherwise, and also friends. But the real signing with somebody pay for it. Saying that, Mir, we already interviewed 500 millionaires in this podcast, and some of the stories, like my one, people become an entrepreneur, sometimes like by accident, they solve the problem for themselves. And after they start to solve the problem for other people. Like, for example, my property business, when I was in London, was a waiter, my rent was expensive. So I said, oh, you know what, if I the 60% of my salary is the rent. So I need to have a business or something that don't get me pay rent. So I rent a house, I rent the rooms individually. There I was, I'm not paying rent. Now, here's the difference. I said, okay, I'm going to expand this. I'm going to show it to people. Something interesting happened, because when I rent rooms in London, yeah, and when I run my one, right, there is completely different when I brought the client. Because when I brought the first client, I said, look, this is the room. The client told me, I don't like it. It needs painting. And then he left. And I need the money so badly. Then the guy left, and I went to a painting shop. I said, I said to the guy, look, I need to paint the room. I never paint in my life. Give me this. And the owner of the shop told me, Harry, I already know that you never paint in your life anything, because you're asking a lot of a stupid thing. You need this, and this. So I went there the whole night, the whole day, painting the room, okay? Because I need the money so badly. And then next day come a girl. I said, look, do you like the room? And the guy said, well, it's painted. It's kind of clean, but it's cold, that nothing. No, I don't gonna take it. So the guy went out, and then I went directly to IKEA and said, okay, you want hot? I give you hot. In London, it's too cold. So I bought one blanket that have red, orange, and this warm corner from IKEA. I bought a vase for £1 for the Chinese shop with a flower, and a painting, a little bit black and white with a little bit of red to give it some color. Then the next girl come. I told her, do you want to take the room? And the girl said yes. And 28 years down the line, I'm still here. You know what I mean? So the point is that sometimes it's the client, because I want you to expand the profound of what you just shared with me, because people need to understand. It's not that you're sitting there and you're saying this because you're just saying that. You're talking from experience. You're talking to someone clearly know what you're talking about. So how going out and asking for clients can actually shape your product. And I think that is the clients are the people that actually give the final touch. Out of the 500 millionaires that interviewed this podcast, I haven't found anybody that told me, Harry, you're not going to believe I designed this product, and exactly how I designed it, I went out, I sell it, and I became a millionaire. Nobody has shared this story yet here. I already lost hope. 500 million already, no one. So tell us a little bit more how clients can reshape and help you to make the product market fit versus you're trying to develop your own yourself.
Yes. So when you want to bring a product to the market, the first thing you need to do is to realize that the customer defined the product in most cases. Because the job of marketing is either to create want or to intensify a want that already exists. So if I need to create want, I need to find out what they actually want. And the tool is surveys. People don't survey. And because they don't survey, they survey themselves. They ask themselves, what do I like? So if you go and you survey your customers and ask them what's important for you, what is a problem that you're trying to solve, how would you like to solve it? And then you get all this data and you give them something that actually makes sense to them, actually help them, not you. If you do that, you will see that you'll give the first product, and the product will not be perfect. For example, the first iPhone I used to call it a blonde because it looks very nice, but not so useful. So you couldn't copy paste. You couldn't do a lot of things. Yes. So you need to get something that the customer will want, not perfect, not even close to perfect, but something that will help them a little bit. Once they purchase it, once they say, okay, fine, I purchase it, I survey again. And based on what they want, I improve, not based on what I need. Because if I'm in real estate and let's say that I'm renting a house, what I rent is not what my customer rent. It's totally
Exactly.
different.
Yeah. That happened to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first thing that I will do is I will make sure that I survey. I really need to understand what is the viewpoint of the client. And this is something that never happened or almost never happened because the founders are really sure that they know what the customer wants. The same problem with marketing. 90% of the marketing fail, or more than 90% of marketing fail, because no one actually survey the question, the message, or the design, or the buttons, or the positioning. They don't actually, if they know that those things even exist, they don't actually survey them. And if you don't survey, you do it for yourself. Like, for example, if someone will come to me in my company and say, Meir, do you like this advertising? I will fire them because what do you care if I like it or not? I'm not going to buy it. Show me what the customer wants.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. 100%.
So, but most of the time it doesn't happen. Most of the time people ask the founder what does he like, or the boss what does he like, and they do what the boss like, and the boss is not the client. So this is
100%.
number. Yeah, so this is really, really, really important. You will see that people buy because they agree with you. If you can bring agreement, you'll see people will buy.
It makes a lot
Actually,
of sense what you're sharing with me, but still you go out there and again, exactly 80% of the company, this is how they do the marketing. This is something amazing. And they go to the boss because the boss is paying and say, look, boss, do you like it? And the boss said, wow, I love it. Here, I pay you. That's amazing. Let's roll it. Without
yeah,
any testing, without any result, without any numbers that prove that this
yeah.
is
Yeah,
gonna
you need
work.
to survey and you need to learn how to survey. Because if I go to any person, 99% of people, if I tell them, okay, what is the basic laws of surveys? They will not tell you. They don't know.
Tell
And
us.
because they
Can you tell us? We all want to learn from you.
Okay, basic laws of surveys. Surveys compose of four parts. The most important part is the emotion that the person shows. So you ask a question, and the most important part to capture is the emotion. Let me give you an example. Let's say that I'm selling fertilizers, okay? If the general public that I'm selling the fertilizer to are angry, I will promote it in one way. And if they are enthusiastic, I will promote it in another way. So for example, if they're enthusiastic, I will promote it that I'm going to give them a fertilizer that will make a beautiful garden. If they're angry, I will promote it as I'm going to give them a fertilizer that's going to kill the freaking bugs. You understand?
Absolutely, really powerful. I'm getting
Totally
100%.
different. Totally different.
I'm learning something today. I'm learning something today.
Yes. You see that because the one guy wants a beautiful garden and the other guy is upset with the bugs. He wants to kill the
100%.
freaking bugs.
So the way
So
that you research the market is different because you want the positive answer. You want the positive outcome. Otherwise, it's not real, the data that you're getting, right? So
that's correct. So the first thing you need
emotion.
the,
I get it
the
100%.
emotion. Because the emotion is why they will bite eventually. Eventually, they will bite because of the emotion.
Attached to the product.
So the first thing you need is the emotion. The second thing that you need is there is something that called the button. A button, when you press a button, something happens. Yes? Now, a person usually see during the day 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 marketing messages, but he actually pay attention to 3, 4, 5. Why those 3, 4, 5? Because those things are something that he cares about. It either bother him or he loves it. It's something that he cares about. And there is a specific way to find what my target market really care about. And then I have this button. So for example, I had a customer that had a shop he was a veterinarian, and he invested a lot of money in marketing and nothing worked. And I came in and I've done a survey, and he thought that the most important thing is service, and he thought that the most important thing is the quality of the how good of a doctor he is, and he thought a lot of things, but it was nothing. I looked at I did a survey, and I found that first of all, the owners of those pets were really angry with ticks and fleas.
Ah, wow.
That's what they care. They didn't care about how good he is. They didn't care.
Doctor is, or how clean is the thing.
Nothing.
Wow,
Not
really powerful.
important. So I put ticks, 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 and fleas too. We kill them all. Call 1-800. This one advertising, small advertising, maybe
Wow.
15 years ago, took this veterinarian from failing veterinarian to a chain, a big chain in
Wow.
South Africa. Yeah. One advertising, because I served what actually the customer actually bothers. So this was the button, ticks, ticks, and the fleas. And what they want, they were upset about it. So we say we kill them all. That's it, finish.
Problem
Done.
gone. And
Yeah,
then,
so
but also exactly. But then you need to ask this, take the survey in the question that you know that this population, number one, they are angry. Okay, they
yeah,
are angry. Now we need to ask them some questions in a way that resonate with them. Okay, you are angry because of the fleas. What if I kill them all?
yeah.
How
So
will you
basically,
feel? Exactly. Yeah.
yeah. So I found out that they're angry, and I found that they're angry about ticks and fleas. That was their problems. So I gave them what they wanted. What do they want? We want to kill them. Okay. Yes. If they were more conservative, I will say we know how to remove them pain-free. So this will be conservatism. If they will be enthusiastic, I will talk differently. If they will be in fear, I will talk differently. So
But because
based
they
on
were
the
angry, we killed them all. That was the message.
exactly, angry people want to kill.
Yes. Really powerful. Yeah.
Angry people want to kill.
Very profound. And the thing is that that's unbelievable that was actually what they really care. And they didn't care about if the place is clean or not, or they don't have a lot of PhDs and very greet them with a smile and give them like a key ring and souvenirs. They didn't care
Nothing.
about that. So actually, it goes to the point that we need to find. I talk this in my conference sometime, what they really want. I think that there is a surface things that the client tell you what they want, okay? But if you dig down deeply and you ask the right question and you do the right survey, you will find out exactly what they really want, because not always they tell you. There is underneath the layer, right? Because in that noise, they go into the clinic, they're going angry, this has happened, my wife, and this fleas, you know what I mean? This is a lot of diverse, a lot of noise, and it's actually a challenge to be able to extract that. And this is the key of, I think, of business growth, especially if you are in the 0 to 1. Look only with that message, you manage not only from failing the business becoming in a change, right? So now, let's talk about prosperity, guarantee prosperity, which is, this is something that everybody wants, right? A guarantee prosperity. So the success of the entrepreneur is in the mind, right? So why, how all our listeners, this podcast is only for entrepreneurs, people that want to be entrepreneurs, business owner from small companies, medium company, large company, basically only entrepreneurs listen to this. So the whole point is, how can we assure, or can we give them tools or mechanisms to the entrepreneur to have a guaranteed prosperity in one environment? That this is how we started the podcast. Well, 90% of the companies in the first 2 years, they're going to disappear because they will never get product market fit. If they manage to sell something, it's going to be worse than a job, because in a job, at least you have some we can solve. And in order to cross that barrier, how can we get give them some tools to the entrepreneurs to have prosperity guarantee? I love this name.
Yeah. Okay. So the basic idea is like that. If you actually understand something, you will control it and you will bring result. So you can say that control will always result in income. If I control the car, I will get to where I want to. But if I don't control the car, I will have an accident. If I control the client mind, he will buy from me. But if not, he won't. If I will control my keyboard, I will get what I need from the software. But if I don't, I will not. If I control my wife, I'm a magician. It's impossible. That's the exception.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So-
remember this. My business, I was doing rent to rent. I was renting the property and renting back again. And I have a control of that properties, and it was better than actually own the property. The
Yes.
people who own the property, they have more houses than me, because I was controlling the property, meaning I was bringing the tenants, I was paying to the landlords, I was taking the thing. If the property doesn't work for me, I give it back to the landlord. So tell us a little bit more about this statement that I just shared with you. What is better? Sometimes in business is better to have control than actually ownership, right? What's your
So
opinion?
control equal income. Now, how do I get the control? It can be through an agreement, it can be through ownership, it can be many, many ways. It's not important. What I know is that control equals income. That's a very basic principle. Now, once you know that what bring control is knowledge. Now, what happens is that most people have bad knowledge, broken knowledge, but they think that they actually know. They have something that I call fake reality. Fake reality is a piece of information that you are 100% sure that it's correct, but when you use it, it doesn't bring the expected result. So they think that the correct way to operate is in one way, but there's no result. And then, because they're 100% sure that they are correct, they continue to do the things that kill them. So the first thing is to say, okay, fine. So what do I do when I start a business? What do I do to make sure that I don't operate on fake reality? So what I do when I start a business is I look every day, did I improve the results? And what are the results and how you measure it? This is a whole lot of data. So when I go to consult someone, or when I teach someone, I said, look, you've got a business, it doesn't do well. Okay, good. Let's say you are a doctor. You know how to be a doctor. You've studied for 20 years how to become a doctor. How long did you study how to become a marketing person? 20 minutes. So, yes. How long did you study how to sell? How long did you study how to...
How do you think, how you doing then?
So what I do, I start to give them data in different areas and I guarantee the result. What do I mean I guarantee the result? I come to a client and I say, look, you come to study from me. I teach you, let's say, marketing. If you study from me and you paid me $10,000 to learn how to do marketing, and by the end of the month, you didn't do $10,000, I will give you the $10,000 plus $10,000.
Wow.
Why? Why can I
Really
do that?
powerful.
Why can I do that? Because if
It's
I
a
teach you something,
guarantee.
and
You said
guarantee
that you can solve the problem.
yeah, because I come to them and I say, look, all I do is I teach you pieces of truth. I check that you understand the truth, and now I need you to apply it. I don't care how you apply it. You can apply it stupidly, you can apply it brokenly. I don't care what. If you do the steps that I give you, you will improve the condition, you will improve your life. And this is unique. This is something that you can do only if you actually know what you're talking about. So I can
100%.
take any company, and that's why I don't take anyone, because I take people that are actually willing to learn. So someone want to come and learn, and he can do any one of my seminars, but to become one of my coaching student, I need to see that you are willing to do what it takes.
100%.
Actually, what I said that in order to be successful, you need to define your target. Now, your target will tell you what you need to do, and then you need to make yourself fall in love with what you need to do. If this doing mean, I don't know, opening and closing doors, and it's the most boring things in the world, you need to be able to make yourself fall in love with opening and closing doors. If what you need to do is, I don't know, eat things that you cannot stand, I need you to fall in love with eating these things. If you're afraid of heights, and what it takes is to work at height, I need to know that you are able to make yourself fall in love with what needs to be done. Most people do what they feel or what they want. I say, no, I don't want people that do what they feel or what they want or what they can. I want only people that realize that they need to do what it takes, what's needed. Otherwise, you are useless, and I cannot guarantee. You can learn and become powerful. But if you are not in a position where you are willing to do what it takes, not what's comfortable, not what you feel like, not what you want, I don't care. All of that thing not going to bring you success. If you're serious about success, you need to man up and to decide, I'm going to fall in love, not just do it. I'm going to fall in love with what it is.
Yeah.
Only then we can talk about success.
And then we become entrepreneurs in the first place because we have ego, right? So we think that we can do better. That's the main reason we become entrepreneur in the first place. So let's start from the basis that all entrepreneurs have ego. They think that they can do better. Now the problem starts when you have to manage and at some point surrender that ego and start to listen. This happened to me actually, and it happened when you start as an entrepreneur. You start to make some money, and you think you're a big deal, and you arrive to the office. I'm a big boss. Everybody has to do what I say. I'm a big shot here. But little by little, you realize I don't need to listen to anybody. I know anything. I know everything. Look, I'm making money. I built this. But then you realize that only you're gonna end up exhausted. That's how it was.
Yeah.
And until I started to let all that go and I started to think, what if the team can do actually the job better than me, and they actually did it better than me? What if you start to listen? I arrived one day to the office and my team told me, Harry, go home. We don't need you. We can run this company without you. Travel the world if you want. Don't come here. You're talking too much. We're working here. Do something else. We don't need you here. I said, I remember told my mother, and who's gonna buy the paper for the photocopy? And she said, we can buy our own paper for the photocopy. Don't worry about it. And so the whole point is, in terms of ego, right? What has been your biggest challenge talking with entrepreneur? Because you will arrive to this entrepreneur and they say, look, I'm coming here and you are a doctor, you have PhD, you have this business, maybe you're making some money, but I'm coming here to give you to help you to as an external, and I know more than you. So sometimes it's conflicted working with the entrepreneurs because of this ego. So what's the biggest challenge that you find and how you overcome that challenge?
Okay, the basic law is the following. I want to have the biggest ego in the universe, and I want to make sure that everyone has at least as big ego as me. It's not a problem that someone have an ego, but he needs
all
to make sure that
entrepreneurs have it. Otherwise, they won't be entrepreneur in the first place. They think that they can do better.
And they can. But if you think that you are the only one, then what happened is that you don't have ego. You are right and everyone else is wrong. That's something else.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is I go in, and let's say I start a business, and I have many businesses, 24 businesses. So I go in and I start a business, and I am the most important, most amazing, most clever person in the universe, and I make sure that everyone around me is at least as clever, as amazing, as unbelievable, as powerful as me. Otherwise, I don't want them around. I don't want people with small ego. They're useless. I don't want people with average. I don't operate on the average. Why?
Mm-hmm.
If you have, let's say, 5 people in the company, one is a genius, one not so much, one stupid, one totally idiot, and one is dead. If I need to get an agreement, I will get to that. Yes, it's not so good. Because this guy will maybe understand the genius. This guy will think that the genius is totally stupid. And these two, so there always will be, the majority will go against the geniuses. So if you look in history, the only progress was when a genius was, there will always be misunderstood. But when a genius continued to make sure that other people are not stupid, he explained and explained and explained and explained and convinced, because he knows they can understand. He knows that they are at least as genius as him. That's why he's willing to explain. All of a sudden, something happened. A group don't bring success. It is one genius that the group help to bring success. There is one Einstein. There is one Da Vinci. There is one genius that the group helped to. And if the genius truly believe that everyone is at least as genius as him, the group will help him. And if not, the group will kill him.
Wow. That's interesting.
But there is always one genius. There is one person in a group that makes the difference. It's not the group. The group always go to the average. The average is not enough.
Yeah.
And because most people have this idea, oh no, let's ask the group, let's see what everyone thinks. No. When you manage a company, you give a command to an area, and each area has to bring results. And I measure the people by their result, and the bank measure me by my results. So results is the only thing. I don't on opinions. I don't work on general what people think, what the group think. But
very good. I'm glad, and I'm love that you're talking this topic because it's very controversial here, right? I remember when I had my company. Okay. I remember my employees sometimes they would tell me, Harry, you don't listen, and even my dad was working in my company, and then my dad is telling me, give me an advice. He never owned a business before. They give him an advice how to grow the business, and then after 6 months, a property millionaire give me the same advice, and then I'm taking in consideration. Then my dad is angry. Why you listen to other people? You don't listen to me. I told you 6 months in advance, and I couldn't articulate to the company, to everyone, that I only listen to qualified advice. Is your advice is good, it's perfect, but you're not qualified to give this advice. So I don't know if it's gonna work. You can give me an advice, but if you're not qualified to the advice, I don't have enough foundation, and I'm running a company. Something goes wrong, people don't get paid. People go to the street. I'm running a company here. So a lot of people sometimes in the company are trying to help you. They're trying to tell you how to run the company. They only know one piece, a small part of what's going on. If they knew they don't see the whole picture. And on top of that, so now.
So every taxi driver thinks that he can tell the president what to do. Every taxi. They cannot finish the month. They cannot pay their obligations, but they want to tell the president what to do. So when you build a company, one of the first things that you need to do is when you build a team, when you take the first person, you need to educate them. Look, first of all, your job is to help me.
So tell us about this. Tell us about the good or the bad and the ugly. As entrepreneurs, shall we listen advice of our friends, family, team members, and how we analyze and take this advice versus and how you deal with it versus when you have someone like, for example, that have experience like you, that have a track record, that clearly know what you're talking about, and then what weight more? So it's your job to be nice.
First of all, we are not in a competition of being nice. We're in a competition of results. Yes, you cannot go to the bank with being nice, but it is important to be nice to people that actually produce. So the first and most important thing is to, before advice, before anything, everyone has a result that they need to bring. Do you bring the result? If not, you didn't earn the right to talk. So if you just first day in the company or first week and you didn't have result yet, you don't have the rights to talk. And I'm telling you that from day one. You come to work for me, you first do, and then you listen. I tell you what to do, or your boss tell you what to do, you bring result. If you bring result, you become God. If not, the door.
I can listen, but results first. Let's start from that, right?
First of all, result. Before you come to talk to me, if you don't have result, you are not qualified.
I like that. I'm gonna take that from me. Okay, we have progress here. Okay, my listening thing, because this part I'm very particular. I've been criticized all my life as an entrepreneur that I listen, I don't listen. Why I listen to these people? Why I don't listen? Okay, so if someone has results, proven results, they qualify to talk and to give. Very good.
And then my job as the founder, as the head of an organization, is to study and to isolate the basic laws of the area. So if someone never isolated the basic laws of physics, what we had superstitions. But now we have the basic laws of physics. So someone come to me and say, I leave this thing and it's not falling. I know the basic laws. I know he's cheating. I don't know what he drinks, but something is not right because I know the basic laws. So everything has basic laws. Money have basic laws. Marketing has basic laws. PR have basic laws. If you don't isolate or learn the basic laws, you're not qualified. So when I go to someone, I don't check his experience, because experience is actually the sum of all your limitation. If people will work based on their experience, they will never fly, because experience says that we don't fly. I don't look at the consultant that come to work with me on his experience. I actually look and see, can he take something and create something that works based on basic laws, not his experience. I don't care what is his experience. I want to see not if he was successful 20 years ago. Can he be successful today? I don't care what he's done 10 years ago. I don't care where he worked. I don't care which certificate he has. I have many, many programmers. The best programmers are programmers that study themselves and every day improve. Those programmers that went to university, they're usually morons. They just know how to copy things from Google or ChatGPT. Yes. So I look at the results. I look at the result today. Do you know the basic principle of the area? And if you know the basic principles, the data cannot cheat you. Because I can cheat you with that if you don't know that there is gravity. So there will be superstition. Oh, Meir is spatial. He can hold this thing in the air. No, 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 no. You just don't know the basic laws of physics. Are you with me?
100%.
Yeah, so I'm looking at results and basic laws. Do you know the basic laws? Even if you have results, if you don't have the basic laws, you will not be able to sustain those results. It will be once 20 years ago you made money, not today, because you don't know the basic laws. Oh, I had a business, it was successful, and I become a coach. Yeah, okay, you made money by mistake, and now you don't make money anymore. Yes. So that something does not add up. So I look at results. I insist that people that work with me are full with themselves. And I make sure that everyone is at least as full as me with himself. Because I don't want to deal with useless people. I want to deal with powerful people. And powerful people are full with themselves because they know that they can bring results.
Yeah.
So of course I will full with myself. Yeah, I have the confidence. I have the certainty. I can take the car. I can take my motorcycle and scratch the road and come out winning. I can do that. And if not, it's okay for me as well. Because I know I can get out of any hole you put me into because I'm able. And I'm insisting that everyone around me will be able. And if I'm starting to work with people that I just want an agreement, what I will agree with is with the average. And the average never bring results. The average work for those that bring results.
Yeah.
That's the actual truth. It's not maybe not nice to hear, but the majority don't want to become cannot become successful because they agree with the average. The moment that you say, no, I don't buy the average, I want to be extreme. We are talking.
So what can you, if someone is in love with this conversation, how people can find you, how this process work? Do you have any resources to share?
Yes. So first of all, you can go to gprosperity.com. This is our website. There's a ton of free material there and that you can learn. And you can follow me on Instagram, Meir Ezra Official. You can follow me on Instagram. And we put ton of material every day, like videos, at least 3, 4, 5 videos per day.
Oh, wow.
With advice. Yes. Pieces of truth. We have free webinars. We have something that we call the marketing love language. So we took this whole idea of love language and we apply it to marketing and
wow.
And this is again free, just totally free, just helping. We have something that called the Parent Academy. We're helping parents become better parents. So we have a lot of things that we do for the community and for entrepreneurs and for people just generally. And what we do is different, is not what everyone wants to hear, but what actually work.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, results is what counts. If you're in business, the results is so which industry are your favorite? Which industry you guys prefer?
I don't have a preferred industry because there's this fake reality that you need to understand the industry. No, if you understand physics works on all industries. And if you understand the physics of business, it works on all businesses. It's not important.
So what message do you have for entrepreneurs that they are struggling? They can, and then when I go to talk to them, I say, look, and did Harry, look, this business was working. I said, well, you should be doing this, and that. And they said, well, Harry, you don't understand. My business is different. So it's how different is. I think they have a common a common space. If you go from 0 to 1, it's a marketing and sales exercise. Even your product doesn't even need to be good. You can even get 1 million if your product is not even refined yet, because it's just a marketing and sales exercise. And but a lot of people, they can reach 1 million, and they say, when you say, look, you have to be putting attention and learn how to do marketing and sales. That's what you're gonna get you to the first hurdle, to the first jump, which is product market fit. They say, well, Harry, you don't understand. My product is different. My product will sell by itself. My business is different. You hear that a lot, and then after you heard that, they close the company and it didn't work. So, how
So
different is it? What is the truth about that expression? My business is different. You don't understand.
They're totally right. The business is different. Yes. But the laws it operates on are the same. So a door is different than a car, but the physics is the same physics. It's the same laws.
The dynamic, the process.
The laws that monitor what can be done and what should be done and how to improve things are the same laws. The physics are the same physics. So like there is physics for the physical universe, there is physics for relationship, there is physics for businesses, there is physics of money, there is physics for everything, which is the basic laws of that specific area. So yes, each business is different, each body is different, but the basic laws of medicines are the same laws. It's not important if my body is white or black or tall or short. Even baby or not, the basic laws are the same.
So where people can learn about the basic law of business? Mir, do you have a book? Do you have an article where people can learn about the basic law of business? Our entrepreneur listening the podcast going from 0 to 1, and they are stuck. They still don't get into product market fit. Yeah. So where can they find these laws of business? The website?
Yeah, they go to the website, and I would suggest that they will start with what we call the Money Mind, which is
a weekly... Can you repeat the name of the website again, please?
gprosperity.com.
Okay, they go to this website, and how they can learn the laws of business.
They go there, and there is a ton of free stuff. So they will look at the free stuff, they will understand. And what most people start is with something that we call the Money Mind. And the Money Mind is a program, it's a weekly program that we do. We have a conference with lots of people, and we answer questions about what we give them to study during the week. And it covers all parts of business. It's low cost, it's like nothing. And the result is numbers. And you always have money back guarantee with us, always 100% money back guarantee, whatever we do. And just zero risk for them. For 1 week, in the first week, you will know that everything we teach is light years different than what you've heard, and it works. I don't care if you agree to it or not. It's not important. You come to me because you don't know something. Does it work? If you do what I tell you for 1 week and it's improved, continue. If not, I'll give you your money.
That's brilliant.
Very simple.
Brilliant. And so how you clearly don't need it, okay, to do this. You can retire, go to the beach, nice beach there in South Africa. I know it's beautiful there. So why you do what you do? You clearly don't need to be doing this. You clearly don't need to be working. You could be on the beach. You could be on holiday. You could be traveling the world. So why this obsession? I'm asking you the question because I'm on the same path. Why this obsession in order to help out entrepreneurs out there? What's
because
the story?
Because the only value a person has is in how much he can help. I have many businesses. I'm into real estate. I'm lending money. I'm doing software. I'm doing different things, many different things. And I'm doing this coaching as a hobby. This is my hobby. This is the thing. Maybe I put into it 10, 15% of my time. But this is something that is close to my heart. It's not for the money, because what I do in 1 day in my software business is 10,000 times than what I do in coaching. So, so it's not for the money. It is because I love helping people. I really love seeing people improve, and that's what I do. That's how I started, because people ask me, friends saw that I'm very, very successful. They ask me to help, and I help them. And to make it more accessible to more people, I started to do that more often and more organized. And really 10-15% of my time is into that. A lot of time I put into software, I lend money into different industries. In South Africa alone, we lend, I don't know, at any given time, 20, 30, 40 million.
Wow.
It just open out. Yes. In Dubai, in the US, in different places, we lend a lot of money to people for different purposes, short term, long term, etc. So this is a lot of work. Of course, I do the Time Maker, which is software that we develop. It's a management software that we develop
Oh, wow.
that this thing has been going for, I think, like 20 years now or something like that.
Wow.
The company that's at least 20 years old or something like that.
Mm.
I do many, many different things. We do all kind of advanced structuring of businesses, financial structuring. So we do a lot of things. The coaching is small in terms of time, but the biggest in terms of my enjoyment.
In
Yes.
terms of fulfillment, because you get paid with another currency, you get paid with love, with appreciation. I remember when I do these talks all over the world, the fulfillment that sometimes I'm in the metro in London and somebody tell me, Harry, that you? Man, I listen what you said in your conference, and look, I be my business. Look, I'm doing so well. This is my children. Let's take a picture. You arrive to your home and say, look, it's unbelievable. Then I say something in a place that I don't even remember when it was, but making impact on the life of that person, and he's doing well. So give you a fulfillment that you don't even get sick. People send you so much positive energy that that you get paid in a different currency. Saying that, Mir, one out of out of the 500 millionaires that we interview in this podcast, 1 out of 5 are real estate investors, and 1 out of 5 are tech multimillionaires entrepreneurs. Why do you think that statistically they're showing up to this podcast, 5 steps how to make the first million? Is real estate and tech better vehicles to become a millionaire than something else? Or why do you think that this maybe it's me, I'm attracting them? I love tech, I love real estate. What's going on? There is something certain. Is you are a guy that like physics and law, right? The vehicles are good because there are more people, right? We have people that come here that they are marketing, they're coaches. The other day, one guy sell 2.8 billion, have a car repair 650 units all over the United States. So we have a lot of entrepreneurs that come from different backgrounds, but 1 out of 5 are tech guarantee, and 1 out of 5 are real estate guarantee in this podcast. Why?
I think
why this is happening? Including you.
Because generally the things that have been promoted the most as something that can make money easily is tech and real estate. This is what's been promoted. So whatever been promoted.
Can you tell us a little bit more about this, Mir? I want to learn. We all want to learn. Tell us, what do you mean by being promoted?
So you've got a promotion on it started with the .com. .com being promoted. It's important. It can make money. It can make money. It can make money. It can make money. It's simple. Anyone can come with an idea, a startup, and you make money. And the people that heard that were children at that time. Today, they're the entrepreneurs of today and the people that actually doing so. The whole thing was promoted as this is the thing. So whatever you promote, eventually people will buy. So that's number one. And real estate been promoted for years as the most secure, as the most powerful industry to make a lot of money. It is not actually the most powerful industries. Actually, it's not. But people believe because people believe what's been promoted. People don't actually look, they listen. They listen to what's
And they
being
go out
said,
and
and
do it. And they go out and do it, right? It's
of course,
promoted, they go down.
they
Yeah,
fail because they don't, because they
exactly.
listen, don't look.
Mhm.
Because they listen, they don't look.
Tech, for
So that,
example, yeah, 1 out of 5 that we interview here at Tech Millionaires, but nobody talk about the high rating of failing that tech company have. You are in tech, so you know better, how
yeah,
difficult it is to get
more
product
than
market fit.
90%,
And even you have how long you had this tech company? 20 years.
20 years.
This is
Right.
one of the hardest things in tech, to keep a
Yeah,
company alive for 20 years, almost
yeah.
impossible.
The same
Almost
company, so
impossible.
good at growing and growing.
Without the
Yes, why?
evolution, that happening, without the different, it's a space that is very dynamic, right? And to have a tech business for 20 years, I actually congratulate you. You deserve a
Thank
gold
you.
medal. Yeah, this is
Thank you.
one of the
Yeah,
hardest things
yeah,
to do.
yeah.
So you better than anybody can tell to our listeners, that don't be careful with tech. I mean, we always say in this podcast, right?
Yeah,
Doesn't
it's
matter
just
what
being
I say, people are
promoted.
listening. People are listening, and people, doesn't matter what we say here. They say, "Oh, I want to be a millionaire. I'm listening Harry podcast. You know what? I'm going to do real estate. I'm going to do tech, and I'm going to become a millionaire easy." And it doesn't. When something goes wrong in property, also is a you take a big hit, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
property is
yeah,
so good, you make a lot of money until something goes wrong. Until you don't do the due diligence in property, then you're gonna learn about property.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
the,
last
so so
message.
the, so the one thing is what promoted people do. And when you see a lot of people doing what's being promoted, you need to know that you don't look. You lost. You are lost,
Mhm.
and you're
So, in your
going to
opinion, what
lose.
are the most powerful vehicles today in order to become a millionaire? In your opinion?
I think that each vehicle got to do with the person himself. So, what do you already know that you can intensify? What does it mean to have a talent? Is to take something that you're already good at and intensify that.
Mm.
So, what you need to do is to find what you are already good at and intensify. And it can be coffee,
Mm.
Starbucks. It can be car rental. It can be anything. It can be. It can be you are
Yeah,
a
but
good
then we have a
manager.
second. But then we have a second issue here because people said out there, okay, do what you're passionate about, do what you
Not
love, and
passionate.
you're gonna make money. And then what happened? Like I said, I'm in your same boat, right? One of the things that I love the most is to do all this talk and this conference around the world and being on speaking tours and be with people, coaching, whatever. But to be honest, the real estate business has been what have been the we can call it the foundation. And without my real estate business, I couldn't live my passion. Yeah, like this
Yeah.
podcast or these things. Yeah, in the same, like for example, you
Because
share with me, Harry, I love to coach people. It's 50% of the time, but you have also other vehicles um, that sustain that foundation. Maybe you're not so passionate, maybe, but they respond to some laws and they produce things. So tell us a last opinion about passion versus a powerful vehicle that can create that foundation for you to live your passion in the future. What's your view on this?
so first of all, anything that I do, I make sure that it makes money. So
I
I'm
love it.
doing I'm Jewish. So so I'm doing this thing as a hobby, but you want coaching from me, it costs $40,000 per day. And there is a waiting list for that. It's not a lot of money compared to how much I do in lending, but it's a lot of money. Yes.
But
So I make sure that I'm
whoever that paid that, at least they're proving that they're serious and they want to learn and listen from you. That money is not about the
yeah,
amount; it's about how serious they are. Because you cannot waste your time. Otherwise, you go to the beach. Yeah, I always tell to
it's
the
about
people the fact that I have a lot of time, free time, that doesn't mean that it doesn't worth money. It worth a lot.
yeah,
I just prefer to go and play tennis. I just prefer to go to the beach. I just prefer to do the podcast,
yeah,
right? But if we're
yeah.
gonna work, it's gonna cost. Right?
Yeah, so I'm not doing it for free, and I make sure that I make money. But generally, the basic principle, the law is you take a person that is good at something. I was very good with the technology since the age of 0.
Oh,
So
wow.
I
Wow.
so I
Israel, there
started
is a
with
big hub for technology.
that's
Big,
correct. So I
big hub.
started with yeah, so I started with technology, and I've made at the age of 30, 31, 100 million US dollars in technology
Wow.
because that's what I was good at. And that's how I started. $100 million at that time, it's like $2 billion today. Yes,
Absolutely.
when I was 30 years old, 30 years ago. Yes. So this is, but I started at what I was good at. I didn't go to coaching, I didn't go to lending, I didn't go to real estate. I was good at technology.
Mhm.
And from the age of 3, I was dealing with technology. I
Oh, wow.
always dealt with technology. I was doing technology all the time. So I took what I already knew and I learned what's the basic principles around that technology. Added to that, what I was missing, marketing, sales, finance, etc. I've learned all of this. So by the age of 31, I could go and sell a deal for $100 million. One deal.
Wow. Wow. Really
Yes.
powerful. Got a great
Yeah,
story.
and then from that made more and more money. But I apply exactly what I'm telling you right now in this podcast. This is what I've done.
I believe.
So yeah. So the point is, don't look at which industry to go to. Look at what you are good at and intensify that,
Hmm.
and you will see that you will be successful.
Hmm. And then,
So
like I
don't
said, yeah.
So if I take a child that is good at I don't know music, but the father wants him to become a doctor, bad idea. He's good at music, help him with music. He's good
I
in
agree. Yeah.
technology. Technology. Take what you're already good at, intensify it. That gives you that edge of okay, you're ahead of everyone, and that is really talent. Talent is something that you're already born with that you intensified.
Hmm.
That's
Wow.
all talent is. And everyone has talent because everyone good at something.
Hmm. So, wow, that would be very inspiring. Thank you so much for sharing these views in the podcast. And to sum up, yeah, we are not in the business to be likable and to be good people, and we are in the result business. Okay,
Yeah.
you want
Yeah.
to, you think you say that you're good. Show me your results. You want people to listen
Exactly.
to you? Show me your results. You, we are
Exactly.
in no. So I'm sorry that sometimes we talk here in the for the our entrepreneurs, and sometimes they find it a little bit hard because that's they are struggling now. Product market fit, going to the first million. We all know that stuff. We have been there. He has been there. How do you think that he gets his like company product market fit a long time ago? We know what you're going through now, but do you prefer like a hand to tell you, oh, you're gonna be fine, or do you prefer the honest truth that there are laws that apply to this, and if you don't learn it, you're gonna fail, right? And it doesn't
So,
matter
yeah.
how beautiful is your product, it doesn't matter how beautiful this. If you don't control what you're doing, you go to zero. And if your product is so good, what are the results? You don't have results, the product is not there yet. So I hope
Yeah.
that if you are, I recommend to you guys to listen to the podcast twice. This one in particular, because if you can actually digest what we have been discussing here, so maybe you see with the honest truth, I think that you can have a look inside your business, and you can move forward. And again, look at like what Mitch shared about the pet shop, about marketing exercise going to a million. Okay, is a marketing and sales exercise. Until a lot of tech founders, a lot of entrepreneurs, they want to get their first million. They say, no, I hate marketing and sales. I'm gonna hire someone. I don't want to hear. This is not my job. And this is what you hear for founders and CEO then, and then they are struggling. Of course, because I haven't found any millionaire yet in this podcast that come here and say, Harry, by the way, I am a multimillionaire, but I hate marketing and sales. No one
Never.
can come and tell me
Never.
like this. You know what I mean? So thank you so much, Meir. And
Thank
for all
you.
of you, thank you so much. And for all of you following the broadcast, see you in our next episode of Unstoppable. How brave entrepreneurs like Meir break that wall and achieve the first million. Bye for now.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.